This is Zichru Daf Simanim Gemara Makkos Daf Gimel, and Gimel always going to be a Gamul, a camel. So what is our story with the camel? Of course, we're in Makkos. It's going to be about Eidim Zaymim. We know the first daf, and we're all about that. So we have two Eidim testifying that these Eidim on a camel, of course, because Daf Gimel, it's all about a camel, that the Eidim who testified that someone divorced his wife, Imanu Ayisem, they were with us. So what do you do now? They gave false testimony that someone divorced his wife. So kasher zamam. You have to do what you try to make someone a chayiv. So what did you try to make this guy chayiv? His ksuba. So the Eidim have to give the assessed value of the ksuba, point number one. Now he gives the husband the assessed value of the ksuba, and the husband goes and lends the money to buy, of course, another camel. We're on Gemara in Makkos Daf Gimel, and he makes it a 10-year loan. And you see that he's thinking over here, 10 years. That means, will Shemitah cancel or not? Well, it's not due until after Shemitah. So that's going to be the discussion whether Shemitah will cancel a 10-year loan. And the way, he just wanted to be certain. He was nervous. So he says, Almanas, Shaloi Tishmeteni Shvias, which of course is going to be the discussion. Can you be masna al mashakasa v'tayra? You want to make a tenai kineged that which the Torah says. So Daf Gimel are 3 points in Makkos Daf Gimel. Number one, riding a camel. Someone gives false testimony. Someone divorces his wife. He's found to be need zaymim. He has to pay the value of the says value of the ksuba. After paying it, the husband goes and lends the money for 10 years, whether Shemitah cancels or not. And number 3, he does it amanas shlotish beteni shvius. Can he be masna amashkasa b'Torah? So point number 1 is, how do you assess the Eidim Zaymin's payment of the ksuba when they're found to be Eidim Zaymin? He testified falsely that someone divorced his wife, that he would have to pay his ksuba. Since one day the husband's going to have to pay it anyways. So did he really make him chayiv or not? So you made him chayiv the value of what is this piece of paper? What is the ksuba worth right now? How much would one pay for the rights to the woman's ksuba? That what? In the event that her husband dies or divorces her, then she'll get payment of the ksuba. So how much would you pay for that piece of paper today? On the tzad, you might be able to collect within, because there's a risk over here that if she dies first, then of course her husband will inherit her, and then the person who buys the ksuba will get nothing. Rav Chisda says it goes by the Baal, the husband's right to the ksuba, his purchase value of his rights, what the Eidim made him lose, and therefore it's more valuable because he gets the payrois, and because it's already in his possession, it's easier to collect. Rav Nosson Bar Oishia says Be'isha, we assess by the woman's rights to the ksuba, and you pay the entire value of the ksuba minus this amount. Papa agrees we assess her rights, but he says no, it goes by the ksuba, not the nechsei miluk. So that's point number 1. Again, the guy riding the camel, the Eidim testified falsely, so now they have to pay kasher zaman. How much they have to pay for the ksuba? Because what did he really make him lose? It's the value of the ksuba. The Machlokes Rav Chisda, whether we assess it bibal or biisha. Point number 2 is that then this person goes and gives the money as a halva for 10 years. Says Shmuel, you lend your friend money for 10 years, Shemitah cancels it. Even though right now you cannot collect the money, but since eventually it's going to come to lo yigois when Shemitah comes, therefore the Shemitah cancels the loan. We asked Shmuel, but wait, what did our Mishnah say? Our Mishnah says that if you found to be Eidim Zaymim, that you said it was a 30-day loan, and it was really a 10-year loan. So do we say that it was nothing because you made a Shemitah pass by, so it's as if there was no halva? No! The Mishnah said, you pay the difference between a 10-year loan and a 30-day loan. Answers Rava, the Mishnah has to be talking about one of 2 cases where Shemitah would not cancel, either Mashkin or Moisish Terasav Lebezdin. And number 3 is, when one lends money on Manas, Shaloitish Vateni Shvias, says Shmuel, someone lends money on that condition, does it work? Shmuel seemingly holds Mashmash B'Taira. Tanai is void regarding monetary matters, but it says Tira to another say of Shmuel, that it does work. Answers the Gemara. Shmuel clarifies only if he said that should no claim of it against me, then it works. But ain't bayina, then it would not work. So our 3 points in Makkos Daf Gimel, camels, we're riding the camels, testifying about that a man divorced his wife, found to be zaymimim. How much would you have to assess the value of the ksuba, the machlekes, babal, or be'isha? You take that money to lend it to someone to buy a camel, 10-year loan, shmita cancel, and can you make it tonight? Keneged al mashkas b'teira, Gemara Makkos Daf Gimel, the camels.